Here we go. Very important students. Once again, good morning everyone. Today we are going to start the interpolation for unequal intervals. As you can see in the previous lectures and previous classes, we have come across the interpolation with equal intervals. That will restrict ourselves towards only equal intervals. But there was a many less advantage in that interpolations, Newton's interpolation and Newton's forward and backward interpolations. We can see as students. But now we will extend our intervals to unequal intervals also. That is a major advantage of this today's class, that we are going to also take the unequal intervals and we will able to simplify this examples also. So today's lecture is very important. We are going to solve the interpolation for unequal intervals, students. So it has a large applications also. So here what we have in interpolation with equal intervals. Please note down the students. If the value of x are unequally spaced, then interpolation formula for equal spaced points cannot be used. Okay, so that you cannot use the same. It will change every time we are going to take the intervals and we will simplify. It is therefore desirable to develop interpolation formula for unequal spaced values of x. That means that you used to take always fixed interval, right? Isn't clear? But in this type of examples, in unequal intervals, we are going to take all those x1, x0, x1, x2, because in interval is different. That is the reason. And for this such type of unequal intervals, we are going to use two very important formulas, and these two scientists interpolation formulas is very important. Unequal intervals, we are going to use two very important formulas, and these two scientists interpolation is a very popular scientist what we have. So Newton's interpolation formula with divided difference. So here we have two unequal intervals. Please remember, one is Lagrange's interpolation formula and the next one is the Newton's interpolation formula with divided difference. So there we are going to start with the today's, that is Lagrange's interpolation. So here we can see Lagrange's formula is applicable to problems where the independent variables occurs at equal as well as unequal intervals. Yes, very well, students. This is a very good application we have, but preferably this formula is applied in a situation where there are unequal intervals for the given independent series. So when it is independent equal interval is there, students, you can see this will be lengthy part of solving the Lagrange's interpolations, right? So for unequal interval, this is very well, because all intervals we are going to consider. For equal intervals also we are going to consider, but that will be a lengthy process. Therefore, for equal interval we have already done, that is Newton's forward and backward interpolation formula we have. So that will be quite easy to simplify. But here we are going to take all the intervals. So here please note down this formula, Lagrange's interpolation formula. With that, we have Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula also, students. So you can see we have both these formulas. So very important. Please note down this, students. Okay, so here we have Lagrange's interpolation formula. Y is equal to y of x is equal to f of x. So these are all the intervals what I was discussing, that this intervals, every interval now we are going to take a student. That is very important. So this little bit lengthy process is there. You require a very good calculator so that your work should be reduced, right? Okay, next we have in Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula. Please note down, wherever x is there, you can convert and write it in terms of y. Okay, so in the previous lecture also, I think I have told that you're going, whenever if they tell you x is a linear, then you use x as the variable, independent variable. If they give you y is linear, y is independent, I think some of them have got confused, right? And they have written for x linear. X is linear, they have written y as the formula, and there in some examples there is y is linear, but you have used x formula, the x independent formula you have taken and written. So for that, in previous you can go through that video list, and you can just go through the playlist. You will get the last lecture. You can see it is very easily, you can do it from last unit. I am talking about last unit. Okay, here we have Lagrange's interpolation formula and Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula. Just interchange x and y. So we can interchange the role of x and y in the formula, and the same is called as Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula, which will help to find x for a given y. So here we goes the method as I have told you. Take down given data. So some data will be given now. Yes, I think few students are getting joined. Any difficulty? Okay, they are joining. Let them join. So just see that I request everyone that join little bit 10 minutes early. What is there in that? Okay, later you can move on. Yes, it is admitting. It is auto admitting. No problem. So one by one it will allow. I will tell you at a time if five students are joined, then one by one it is going to allow. Okay. So here we have the method. Please note down. Take down the given data and arrange it. So they don't give you direct data. You have to arrange it in a proper way that I will tell you. Like x naught, x1, xn, and y naught, y1, and yn. Corresponding values are y naught, y1, and till yn. Okay, use the formula if in the question Lagrange's interpolation is asked, use Lagrange's interpolation formula y is equal to f of x. That is this formula you're going to use, y is equal to f of x, or x1 x minus x2 dot 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 x minus xn divided by x minus x naught minus x1 x naught minus x2 so on. Okay, this all formulas you're going to remember now. Then suppose if they tell you use inverse, so if it in question it is asked that use the inverse, then you're going to use Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula. Okay, few students are joining very slow, and then you can easily simplify and get the answer. So that's a brief idea about interpolation with unequal intervals. And there are, again, we are going to use for this two. One is Lagrange's interpolation formula for unequal intervals, and Newton's interpolation formula with divided difference for unequal intervals. So there we go with the today's lecture. We are going to go with the Lagrange's interpolation formula, students. So here we have the examples I have taken here to how we are going to simplify this. So let us solve one by one the problem. Yes, it is quite easy. We will take now first one. So here you can easily see. Yes, you can take down this one. Fine. So here we go. Where did I get the pen? Okay. So problems on Lagrange's interpolation for unequal interval, students. So here we have, see, let them give any question, any type of question. You have to go to the step by step. So I will tell you first. So please note down solution. This is sorry. See in hurry. Yes, but tell me.
So one of my friend is trying to join. Can you please add him?
Okay, see if it is difficult to join, disconnect and join so that you will not be in a line. So one by one it is going to allow. So I already told you that when I start my presentation and recording name, then network will go down and students cannot join easily. So give him the link immediately, beta. Who is not joining?
Yes, I have given him the link. Kunal.
Kunal, why is so late? Okay, it is already late. Yes, just tell him that disconnect and join once again. 2-3 times you have to do. Then after when class gets starts, you have to do this 2-3 times. Then only it will allow. Yes, Kunal is there. Here we go. So we are discussing, Kunal, that problems on Lagrange's interpolation of unequal intervals. So please note down this now. We'll go with the step by step. Yes, so I told you that the data is given here. So we'll go with the step 1, collecting the data and writing in the proper way, that is x1, x2, x3, and so on, and y1, y2, and y3, and so on. Okay, so we will start here. So please write down the given data. Given data should be written like this, students. So I will take, as you know the function, I will take the function y is equal to u naught they have given. Is it clear? So means this is actually ux. Already told you this is f of x only. Don't get confused. So therefore I will start writing in terms of x naught. So my I will write here x1 is 2. Here you can see a student, this is our x0, x1, x2, here I think 0, 2, 3. Okay, here it must be in, wait, one term just missed here. No problem. Okay, fine. Then here we have x2, and this is our x3. Okay, so here you have to identify x0, x1, x2, and x3. Please note down these ones. Then you are going to write the corresponding values y0. So this is y0. Okay, so please write down 707. Then y1 will be this one. So 819. Then y2 will be 866, and y3 will be 966. So this is all x0, x1, x2, and this is x3. This is y0, y1, okay, y2, and y3. So I'm going very slow, students, so that you to note down very easily. Now, please, can anybody tell me which formula to use? The Lagrange's interpolation formula or Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula? Yes, they have clearly given in the question. We are going to use Lagrange's formula. So here I take the formula. Okay, came out of the class. Okay, here we go. So please, I suggest everyone to write down the formula. Yes, okay. And then start substituting the values. So don't get confused. Yes, students, where it will end. So that is very important. I will tell you. So just substitute and get the answer. Yes, fast, students. You should start writing the fast. Yes, it is quite easy also. You can see. I will take now. This is y is equal to f of x, right? Substitute the values here now. This is equal to, okay. So first I will rearrange this because you may get confused that which value I have to substitute here. Okay, so n is nothing but we have 3. So last number is 3. N is equal to 3. So we have y0, y1, y2, and y3. Y3 will be our yn. Okay, last term. Now please substitute one by one. Yes, can anybody tell me what is x? Yes, students, from the data, can anybody tell me what is x value? Please try, just think. What is x value? I have not written x here. x0, x1, x2, x3 is there. Why not y1, y2, y3 is there? But where is x? I have to substitute here x value. Please remember, where is x? At least one student, please think, where is x?
4, sir.
X is 4.
Yes, very good. Excellent. You're genius, really. So we can see this is u4 I have to find, right? This means that x is 4. Excellent. So just substitute the values. X is equal to 4, right? In this formula, go on substituting this value. So I will take here x we have to find. So therefore, I will take this as f of 4, right? Is it clear now? Where is x? X is 4. Okay. So now I will substitute the values. Here we have 5 minus, sorry, 4 minus 2, right? And this is 4 minus x2 is 3. So this is 3. And this will continue till yn. Where is yn? Yn is 3. So therefore, next term will be 4 minus xn. Xn is 3. Okay. X minus x1, x minus x2 is there. X minus x3. X3 is 6. Okay, is it clear? Everyone understood? Okay, then this is divided by x naught. X naught is 0. So we'll take 0 minus x1. X1 is 2. Then 0 minus x2. X2 is 3. Then again this is 0 minus x3. X3 is 6 into y naught. Where is y naught? Y naught is 707. So this is how you have to simplify the values. Okay, one by one you can just simplify this plus. So I will move to the next. I will just use this space here plus. Next I have again x is 4 minus x naught. X naught is 2. No, x naught is 0. Okay, sorry. No, x naught is 0. Just substitute x naught. Then we have again 4 minus x2. X2 is 3. Just substitute x3. Then we have again x is 4. Xn is, that is x3 is 6. So just substitute this value, students. Okay, divided by, again this is now x1 is there. I am substituting the values in this. So x1 is 2. So I will substitute here 2 minus x naught is there. X naught is 0. Then we have, this is again x1 is 2 minus x2 is 3. You substitute x2. And then we have again x1 is 2 minus x3. X3 is 6 into y1. Yes, what is y1 here, students? 819 plus. Okay, continue this. Now I'm going to take with the x2. Okay, so this is now x is 4 minus x naught. X naught is 0. Then this is again 4. X is 4 minus x1. X1 is 2. Then next again 4 minus x3 is 6 divided by, this is, now you are going to take here x naught is over, x1 is over, x2. X2 is 3. 3 minus 0. 3 minus 2. And this is 3 minus 6 into 866. 866. That is our y2. Then continue this plus. See, I will tell you the formula also. Don't get confused here. So here please remember n is equal to 3. For n is equal to 3, this is x minus x1, x minus x2, and x minus x3. We will stop. Is it clear? Or in the beginning what we have taken here? So divided by, here you are going to take x naught minus x1, x naught minus x2, and this is x naught minus x3. This is y naught. So this will continue for three terms. So x minus x naught, x minus x2, x minus x3 divided by x1 minus x naught, x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3. This is y1 plus, next term will be x minus x naught, x minus x1, x minus x3 divided by x2 minus x naught, x2 minus x1, and this is x2 minus x3, y2. You have to continue till y3 because n is equal to 3 is there. So last term just put wherever n is there 3 you can put. So this will be x minus x naught, x minus x1, and x minus x2. So you can see 3 minus 1 is 2. So this is x2 divided by, this is x3 minus x naught, x3 minus x1, and this is x3 minus x2. So into 2 to 3 we are going to continue. Therefore this is x is 4 minus 0, 4 minus x1 is 2, and this is 4 minus x2. x2 is 3. So this simplification is very, very important. So this is tedious, right? Continuously. Now x3 is there, say 6. 6 minus x naught is 0, right? Then this is 6 minus x1 is 2, right? This is 6 minus x3. x3 is 3 into y3. What is y3? It is 966. So all these terms you should remember. The students, just simplify and tell me what is the answer. Or directly you can go through the calculator and simplify. So you will get here f of 4. That's it. So this is for unequal intervals. So I'll just simplify this again. This is 2, 1, minus 2 into 707 divided by, you will get here minus 2, minus 3, minus 6 plus. Yeah, this is 4, 1, minus 2, 819 divided by 2, minus 1, minus 4 plus 4, 2, minus 2, 866 divided by 3, 1, minus 3. Okay, next I will write here down plus, just substitute and simplify, students. What is the answer? Please tell me. 4, 2, 1 divided by 6, 4, 3 into 966. So see here, once again I will repeat. N is equal to 3, you have to substitute in this. So wherever n is there, I will be putting here 3. So you can see this will be in terms of like this. So one clue I will tell you here how to remember the formula. So see here, students, when you take here y naught, okay, so you can see this is x naught, x naught, x naught. This is fixed one, and in the above x naught is not there. Yes, in the numerator x naught will not be there, but here below x naught minus x1, x naught minus x2, x naught minus x3 you have to remember. Suppose if you take y1, this is a trick to remember, just how I remember the formula. If I take here y1, please remember here it is x1, x1, and this is x1. So x1 minus x0, x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3. And above you can see in the numerator there is no x1. So this is how you have to remember. Next, if I take y2 in the denominator, it is x2, and this is x2. So x2 minus x0, x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3. And in the numerator, there must not be any x2 terms. Okay. Next, I move to the y3. So this is x3, x3, x3. Okay, 3, 3 will be there here. So this is x3 minus x0, x3 minus x1, x3 minus x2. Suppose if you write x3 minus x3, that is 0. So there must not be x3 minus x3. And in the numerator, there is no x3. This is how you have to remember the formula. That is what I have remembered the formula like this. Yes, students, please tell me what is the answer. Just use the calculator, students. Not so difficult. Yes, anyone, please tell me what is the answer. Yes, you can put it in the chat box also. No problem. Just simple simplification is there, not so difficult. And also we are not using any differentiation and integration here. Simple one formula will be given in Lagrange's interpolation for unequal intervals. Substitute the values. Identify the values first. That is important here. Many of them will make mistake while taking x0, x1, x2, and x3. So please note down that. Very, very important. Yes, please. What is the answer? Okay, you can check later. The answer you must get here is 906.43. So just put it in calculator and you can see. Maximum will get cancelled here only. See, like this 2 minus 2 will get cancelled. Okay, this is 2 ones are divided by this is minus 3. Here also you can see 4, and this 4 will get cancelled, but minus 1 will remain here. Please note down. Here 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. Please remember here minus 1 remain. Minus 1 will get cancelled. Only here minus will remain. Here also you can see 2 and 2. You can just simplify this. And here 4 will get cancelled. This is 2 ones are, and then this is 2. 3 is there. Yes, students, is it right? You got the correct answer? Okay. So please do the example, practice the example, then it will be easy. Any doubt in this example, students? Because direct one formula will be given. Substitute the given values. That's it. For unequal interval, this is. Okay. Then we will go to the next example, students. Very, very important. You can see this is inverse is there. Okay, now we have understood how to arrange here. So please note down. I will arrange now first. Solution. Okay, first step. Arranging the data, given data. So given data you have to arrange here. So I will take here let x naught will start from where? First term we have here. So please note down. Root of this equation they have given, but the given data will start from here. Again, don't get confused. So therefore x naught is, this is x naught. This is x1, this is x2, and this is x3. So this is y naught, y1, y2, and y3. So therefore x naught is 30, x1 is equal to 34, x2 is equal to 38, and x3 is equal to 42. Okay, then here they have given y naught is equal to minus 30. This data is very, very important, students, so don't make mistake while writing. Yes, any doubt is there, please ask me. This is 18. So like this, you should write everything. And now can anybody tell me what is x value here, please? What is x value and y value? Means you are attending in class. You can understand. So please tell me what is x and y value. Anyone?
Y is 0.
Yes, beta, you are right. Y is 0. We have to calculate x value means we are going to take inverse. So this is also one of the clue. You can just see if they don't ask you Lagrange's inverse or Lagrange's interpolation formula, please note that when x is not given means it is inverse Lagrange's formula going to ask. You are going to solve. If y is not given, like in the previous class, y they have not given, right? So y is not given here. We don't know what is y. Then you're going to take this y is equal to f of x. That is Lagrange's interpolation formula. If here x is not given and y is given means you're going to use Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula. That is this formula going to take. Okay. So just take it and solve it. This is quite easy. The simple data they will be given. So you think you are getting confused in substituting the values. I will write the formula here once again for you. For x is equal to, now this is, please remember here n is equal to the last term, that is 3. Okay, this is 3. So you can just see this is n1, n2, n3, n naught, n1, n2, and this is n3. So n is equal to 3. I have to substitute. Yes, any doubt? Okay, no doubt. Okay, so write down the first formula. So I will take this x is equal to x of y is equal to, I will just simplify for n is equal to 3, huh? Y minus y1. Look at this, where n is there, I am going to take 3 as the last term. So this will continue till n is equal to 3. So this is y minus y1 is there. Actually, you should do it very easily. Y minus y2, and this is y minus y3. So I cannot move next because there is no y4. So some of them may ask that, sir, why cannot I write y minus y4? Because beta, here we don't have y4 only. In the given question only there is no y4. So how I can go? So okay, so this is now x naught divided by c. When this is x naught is there, I am going to take in the denominator y naught minus y1. See, y naught is repeating every time, y2, and y naught minus again y3. Again here I cannot go further because y4 is not there only. Okay, then next plus. I will continue this y minus y naught. Look at this. I'm simplifying this now. Y minus y2 and y minus y3. So you can see here y1 is missing in the numerator. Then you will going to write here x1. That is one of the clue. You have to remember the formula. Okay. And in the denominator you can see very easily. It is y1 minus y naught, y1 minus y2, and y1 minus y3. Okay, next I will continue with now y minus y naught, y minus y1, and this is y minus y3. Y2 will not come here because I'm going to take here x2 outside. So just to remember the formula, I made this trick. So if it is x2 is multiplied here, please remember you are going to take here y2 minus y naught. Every time y2 will be there, y2 minus y1 will be there. Please remember y2 minus y2 will not come, otherwise it will become 0. So we'll go to the next term, that is y3. Okay, next term you are going to remember like this. So y minus y naught, y minus y1, y minus y2. Now I cannot write y minus y3 because I am writing here x3. So divided by, here also see now x3 is there, I will take here y3 every time and I will subtract with y naught, y3 minus y1, and this is y3 minus y2. This is how I to remember this formula. Okay, so just substitute all the values and please tell me what is the answer. Yes, students, is the screen visible? Please reply. Yes, students, please tell me, is the screen visible? Okay, thank you. I cannot hear the voice. Okay, fine. Where I was just substituting, now I will going to substitute y minus y naught is 30, y minus y2 minus 3, y minus y3. Screen is not visible. Yes, beta.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, sorry. Okay, x2 is where it is. X1 is how much? 34. So x1 is 34 divided by. So here we have y1 minus y0 is 17, y1 minus y2 minus 16, y1 minus y3 minus 31. Okay, so move to the next one now, plus. Now I'm going to substitute the values in this now, plus y minus y0 30, y minus y1 is 13, y minus y3 is minus 18 divided by y2 minus y0 is 33, y2 minus y1 is 16, and y2 minus y3 is minus 15 into x2 is 38. So all this value you should note down. X2 is 38. So this is important. I think when you get this correctly, you can directly substitute the values. So next is I'm going to substitute values in this, that is y minus y0 is 30, y minus y1 is 13, and y minus y2 is minus 3 divided by y3 minus y0 is 48, y3 minus y1 is 31, y3 minus y2 is 15 into x3 is 42. Please tell me what is the answer. If you simplify this, you should get it like this. So minus 0.7821. One by one you simplify. First you calculate what is this value. Then this part you simplify. You will get this as 6.5322 plus. Then you simplify this part. So you will get this value 33.6818. Then you simplify the last part. That will be minus 2.2016. So please tell me what is the approximate roots of f of x is equal to 0 is. What is this, students? Please tell me what is the answer. Yes, please try yourself, students. Anyone at least? Yes, anyone got the answer? Please note down. See, around like in this 33 plus 6. 39 minus this 2. Nearly it must be 37 because approximation means 2 to 3 numbers must be same. That's it.
37.2303.
Very good, beta. This is 37 point. At least one has got the correct answer. I am very happy. Everyone, please do it yourself and practice, and you will get the answer. So this is little bit takes time to simplify this. Okay, because all this intervals are unequal. So you can just see, and this is okay. So you can just see here they are unequal intervals. Therefore, all the intervals we are taking. This is the one application we have. Okay, students. So we'll move to the next example. Yes, this is quite different. What it says here, we have to find polynomial, interpolating polynomial we are going to find. Okay, let us solve this now. Yes, friends, so please, you should write down the question fast. Fit an interpolating polynomial of the form x is equal to f of x for the data and find x of 5 and y of 5. Can anybody tell me which formula to use? And what are the terms given here? So I think I've written here step 1. Step 2, this is selecting the formula, very, very important, students. And then step 3, simplifying. So I missed this steps. Okay. So here also, first step, please remember what is data given here. Step 1, the given data first you write down. That is very, very important. Here they have given directly. So this is obviously you can make out x1, x2, x3. And this is y0, y1 and y2. This is quite easy. See, please try this example, students. See, very simple they have given. So you can see this x is equal to, oh, you should identify beta. See, x is equal to how it is f of x, it must be f of y. So means this polynomial must be in terms of y. Now tell me which formula you will use. Is it inverse or Lagrange's formula or Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula? Please think. Anyone, please think and tell me.
Inverse.
Inverse. Right, excellent. See, this is how you have to, it must strike in your mind that this is inverse, because I already told you why this is inverse, because x is equal to x of y means this is inverse, and Lagrange's interpolation will be y is equal to y of x. So this is also the clue that you're going to use which interpolation. See, they have not mentioned any interpolation. They have not mentioned equal or unequal intervals. They will not tell you any idea. Only by using this, it should strike in your mind, student. So you can just see this is 2, 10, 17 is there. This is not equal interval. You cannot use Newton interpolation formula, Newton's forward interpolation formula. You cannot use Newton backward interpolation. You cannot use. Then what you can use? Yes, you can take this as Lagrange's interpolation formula, because x is equal to f of y is given in Lagrange's interpolation formula, but you can see this is x is given. Yes, so x is equal to f of x is the clue to understand that this is the problem to solve with all the details I have given, right? So you have to just use it now. Okay, so therefore I will take this formula, that is Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula. I will take here and simplify. So first data, I think data is already ready only. So I'll just rewrite once again. So x0 is 2, y1, x1 is 10, and x2 is 17. Easily you can make out, dear student, this is an unequal interval. So you cannot use Newton forward and backward. So what you think? That Lagrange's interpolation formula and Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula, you know. But looking at this x is equal to f of x, f of y. This tells you have to use inverse interpolation formula. This is that clue or trick. This is one of the trick to understand. This is Lagrange's inverse interpolation formula only you have to use in this example. See, again I am telling, they have not given any clue, that they have not told you Lagrange's formula or Lagrange's interpolation formula. Now please substitute these values. So this is quite easy. This is only 2 is there. So I think you'll write it in terms of like the x is there. So I will take here y minus y1. Okay, so here y minus y2. Finish. I cannot go further. There is no y3 only, student. So stop here. So here I have y. This is into x naught. Okay, so here I have y naught minus y1 and y naught minus y2. So again I have made it. Okay, this is right. Okay, then continue this plus y minus y naught. One term you are going to jump. See, here I have not taken here y naught, and here I will not take y1. So this is going to become x1. So please take this now, y1 only. So whenever there is x1 is there in the numerator, denominator y1 minus y naught and y1 minus y2. I cannot take y1 minus y1, otherwise it will become 0. Okay, this is another clue to remember the formula. Write down fast. So here I have y minus, again y naught, y minus y1. Okay, divided by into, this is x2. Okay, so there here we have y2 minus y naught, and this is y2 minus y1. Finish. Substitute the values fast and quick. Tell me the answer, students. Okay, so here we goes. Now tell me, can anybody tell me what is x and x? What is the value of x and y looking at the question? Yes, because you are going to find the interpolation polynomial. So you cannot substitute here x and y value in this. Without x and y, we will find first polynomial. So you should be fast now. I will just substitute the values here. Here we have y minus 3, y minus 4 into 2 divided by minus 2 minus 3. Only thing we don't know x and y. So we don't know y, just substituting as it is. So just substitute y minus y naught, and this is y minus y2, right, divided by y1 minus y naught is 2, y1 minus y2 is minus 1 into x1. X1 is 10 plus next term y minus y naught, and this is y minus y1. Okay, so next is y2 minus y naught 3, and y2 minus y1 is 1 into x2. X2 is 17. Now you may ask that, sir, how we are going to simplify this now? Yes, we will simplify this directly where there is, it's not going down. So just simplify. This will take time. Okay, so one by one I will simplify. You please be ready with the calculator. Okay, so minus into minus will become plus, 2 into 3 is going to become 6, right? Okay, so here I have 1 upon 6, but you can see here we have 2, so I think 2 I will get cancelled. So why to again simplify everything? Here only we will get the cancellation. This is 2 will get cancelled, but here minus into minus will become plus 3. Okay, so I think this I will simplify. Y I will multiply inside this bracket. This is going to become, you should be fast run, this is y square minus 4y. Then I take minus 3 and I will substitute minus 3y, minus into minus plus 12. Okay, that's it. Then I will move to this. Here also you can see, students, 2 ones are, and this is 5 is there, right? Minus is there, so I will take out minus here, minus 5 I will write here. multiply this y inside this y into it will become y square. This is minus 4y. Then I take minus 1, multiply in this bracket. This is going to become minus y. Minus into minus plus 4. Okay, plus here there I cannot change anything, therefore I will take as it is 17 upon 3, no change. 3 into 1, I will take here 3, and this is 17. I will take again y and multiply inside this bracket. Y into y is y square, minus y into minus 3 is 3y, and now I will take minus 1 and multiply inside this bracket, minus y, and this is plus, minus into minus will become plus 3. So now you just simplify this. So I think I will get this 3 inside this bracket. So therefore y square upon 3 I will take, minus, here you can see 4y minus this I will combine. So it is going to become 7y divided by 3. So 3 I have taken, plus next this is 12 is there, students. 12 divided by 3, I will just write this as 4. Okay, next I will multiply this 5 inside this bracket. So this is 5 y square. I will combine this 4y, and this is going to become minus 5y. Okay, so here you can see 5 and 5 will get 25, minus into minus will become plus 25y. Then this is minus 5 into 4 is going to become minus 20. Yes, plus next continue this 17 upon 3 y square I have, and here again I will combine this minus 3y, minus y will become minus 4y. So this is going to become minus this is okay, this is 17 upon 3 and this is 4y. I will just simplify in the next step, or you can just take here 4y, multiply 4 and 17, just see 17 into 4, 68. Okay, so I will not write this directly, I will write here 17 into 4 only I will take. That will be quite easy. This is okay, which is minus 68. 68 upon 3 divided by 3, 9. Okay, I will keep it as it is, 68 upon 3 y I will take, and then this is plus, here you can see 17 upon 3 and this 3. So 3 will get cancelled, only 17 will remain. Okay, now I will just take c x is equal to, just combine this y square and this, please tell me what is the value. So I will just remove y square outside. So what all terms I will get here? This first term I will take 1 upon 3, y square is outside. This term I will take y square outside, minus 5. This term I will take y square outside, 17 upon 3. Similarly, I will move to the next one. I will take here plus y in the bracket. This term I will take, I will mark this as double. This term is there plus 25, and this term is there minus 68 upon 3, plus remaining this is 4 minus 20 and plus 17. Please tell me what are the answers we have. Therefore x is equal to, yes students, please tell me. See, I am getting 1 upon 3 minus 5 plus 17 upon 3 is okay. This is 1. Are you getting 1? I'm getting here 1. Therefore, this is y square is there. Whereas this is getting 0. Please check. This is 0. So plus this is how much? 4 means 21. 21 minus 20. This is 1 plus 1. That's it. So is a required polynomial. Please check this, students. So here we get the polynomial, but see, after finding the polynomial, we have fit an interpolation polynomial. Okay, then I am going to find x of 5 and y of 5. So I will take one by one. I will take this as first case and this is second case. Okay, then I will substitute in this. Okay, here we have the polynomial, students. Now we'll just substitute the values. Okay, so I will take here first one, first case, x of 5, right? That means y is equal to 5. Please note down, this is x of y. Therefore, y is equal to 5. That means I will substitute in this polynomial. I will take this equation 1, put in equation 1. So therefore, we get this as x is equal to 5 square plus 1. That implies x is equal to 26. Is it clear, students? So this is first case. Second case, they have given y of 5, right? Same way again, this is y of x. That means x is equal to 5. Then put in equation 1. So in equation 1, I will put. So what you will get here? So this value will be now 5 is equal to y square plus 1, or I will just bring minus 1 this side. So this is y square is equal to 5 minus 1, or this is 4. So y is equal to 2. Yes, friend. So you can see I have calculated x is equal to 24. This is our answer for first case, and this is for second case, friend. So if you have any doubt, please ask your doubts. Yes, students. And you can take few examples for homework. Where are the homework? I will tell you. Yes, these are the homework. Please note down. Yes, some examples I have solved. Remaining examples you try. Okay, students, any doubt, please ask me. Yes, we will continue in the next class.